Hi everyone. Now we will learn how we can connect Laravel with the MySQL database. Why we are using MySQL database? See, you can connect Laravel with any of the database. You can use MongoDB, Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, anything you can use. But most of the time, whenever we are using Laravel for creating any project, that time we are using MySQL database. That's why in this complete series we will use MySQL with the Laravel. I will definitely make some other videos also, like how we can connect Oracle, MongoDB, SQL Server with Laravel. But most of the in this series we will talk about MySQL only because this is the most used database with the Laravel. So now first of all we will see how we can make the database, and see here we will use the phpMyAdmin to run the MySQL, which is by default installed whenever we are installing the XAMPP. And in this series, I already told you how we can install the XAMPP basically. All right. After that, we have to make some updates in the environment file. Then I'll tell you some common fixes for the error. So basically, whenever we are trying to connect any database with the Laravel, so there are some common errors. How we can fix them, that I'll also cover in this part. Then we'll see how we can make controller and router. After that, we will get data from the database. And at last, we'll discuss some important interview question also. This is the playlist for Laravel 13 that will definitely help you out for Laravel project, job and interviews. You can watch this playlist. Link is given in the description box. So first of all, let's create a database. As I told you, we will use their phpMyAdmin, and but if you want to use MySQL with some any other way, that is also fine. There is no issue. So I am just going to the local host first. So whenever you will just run the local host, if you're seeing that this page, that means your Apache server and your phpMyAdmin is completely running. There is no issue at all. And if this is not working, then you have to open your XAMPP server and you have to start your Apache server and you have to start your MySQL also. So this is already running, so I don't need to make any change. After that, you can create a database there. So I already created a database with the name of Laravel app because we are using the same name for our Laravel framework application also. If you want to use any another name, that is also fine, but I'll use this name only. So first let me delete it so that I can create a fresh database there. So let me select this and let's drop it. After that, you can see that that is removed from there. Let me create one more database with the same name. We can create. After that, we have to create a table also. Keep in mind, whenever you are working with the Laravel, you should create the table names with the plural words. So let's say if you want to create a table where you want to store the data for users, then the table name should be users, not user. Table name should be students, not student. Table name should be employees, not employees. That you have to keep in mind. It will make your connectivity easy with the Laravel of your database, right? So whenever we will work with the models and Eloquent and all. Let me just create it. Now I'll create their 4 rows. Let me zoom it out so that you can watch more area there. So let me create their ID, name, email ID and phone number. We can keep ID as integer, name as varchar, email as varchar and phone number also integer. That is fine. Or if you want, then you can create varchar also, because sometimes we have to use the dash and something. You can keep some length also which you find appropriate. After that, let me just create their auto incremented this ID, right? Let me save it, and now let me insert some data. ID will be auto incremented, so I don't need to put anything there. Let me put there Peter, as well as let me add some data for Bruce also. So let me go there, and now you can see that we have the two entries for this table. Now we have to fetch this data on the Laravel. How we can do that? This is our home page where we are running application, and this text is basically coming from the welcome.blade.php, and how this is loading we already know with the help of web.php. So what I'll do there, I'll create one controller basically, right? So php artisan make controller and controller name. This command we run lots of time in this series. So yep, now you can see that we have one more controller, and inside this let me create a function also. Let's say my function name is index, and this is basically returning hello db or something, right? Now I just need to make a connection. For that I have to make the route. So let me import it, and the easiest way to import it, let's copy the namespace, use namespace, and then just keep your class name. It will reduce the risk of typos there, right? Now you have to use the get request, and inside the second parameter, first is basically the route name, the second is basically the array. Here you can use the your controller name, and this is basically the class, and then we can use the index in the second parameter. Let me try to run it. Hello DB, perfectly working fine, no issue at all. Now we have to connect this database with our application. So I'll jump on the updating env file point. So what I'll do there, let me close this. This is not useful. This is also not useful. Go to the environment file. So basically why we use the environment file, to keep our secret ready there, right? To keep our secrets there, because we cannot keep these secrets directly in the code. So we basically keep their database name, password or something in this file. And for environment, different environment like development environment, local environment, queue, and production environment, we can have these different environment files also. But for now we have this common file, and there you have to check few details like your database connection should be MySQL, your database host should be this only. If you are using the local host, definitely we are using the local host. By default MySQL is basically running on the 3306 port. So if you just customized your port, if you changed your port, then definitely you already know that you can update it. Otherwise this is the by default port. After that you have to keep your database name. So see, this is my database name which we created, Laravel app, right? So if you created your database name with some other name, you can just update the same there. And the by default username for MySQL is root, and password is empty. So if you have set your password, you have to mention that whatever password you are using, right? So that's all for this thing. Now our controller ready, and our environment file is also basically ready. So what we need to do now, we just need to write some code so that we can fetch data from the database. So whenever we are working in the actual projects, that time we use some different way that we'll learn in the upcoming parts. But for now, for the testing purpose, I am just writing the simplest code basically. So for that, you simply have to use Illuminate, then you have to use that support. So this is basically the path of database class, which you need to keep it same. Support, then facades. After that you have to keep it DB. Now inside this function, what you can do, you can make the connection first, DB : connection, and connection is basically a function which call the another function which is get PDO. All right, and now you can create a variable, let's say users, because we are fetching the data from the users table, right? This is a users table. So users, and you can write there DB : select, and you can simply mention select star from table name which is users, right? And now you can simply return this dollar users. Come there, refresh it, you can see that we got this data. Let me try to update it with few more data. Let me mention there, let's say Peter, some ID, some phone number, and now you can see that we have 3 data. If I refresh this, you will see again we got the three data there. So this is how we can connect our Laravel with the MySQL database. And in upcoming parts, we'll learn more about these connections, how we can use the modal, Silocant, how we can use the joins, how we can insert the data, how we can get the data from form and store in the database. Everything we will learn in this series, right? Thank you so much for watching this part, guys.